Okay, I need to make a video because my name is Mike Riley. I'm a service company owner, full line service tech of 40 plus years, and I'm doing more parts manufacturing and the parts end of things these days because of my health. This issue with the ice maker by Whirlpool with the 5-pin connector, it's gotten just out of hand. It's unfortunate that everybody's buying these refrigerators, and the ice makers are on back order because of it's not just the distribution. It's Whirlpool's. I used to work at Whirlpool Corporation. I was actually service tech and as well, I was promoted into management early on, about 38 years ago. And when I got into management, it was like, I don't want to be here. You know, I had a service background. People didn't know anything. They fill positions with people that, it's kind of like every job in every corporation. They fill positions with people that don't know what they're doing, and it's not just a statement; it's a fact. It's just amazing because they couldn't, find, just like in position I was filled with. They filled it with somebody that was technical. I came from a technical background, but to get the guys out in the field to come in and do a management job, they don't want to do that. As I was only there 8 months, and I said, forget this. Shirt and tie, fluorescent lights in a cubicle? I don't think so. 8 months, I was out of there. I was in Benton Harbor, Michigan, where the home office of Whirlpool is. Anyways, so enough of that. But I worked with the engineers as well, and they just don't have any clue what they're doing. You get these guys new out of school and all these fancy ideas, and this is what we're dealing with here. Some of these ice makers that are supposed to be direct replacements for these brand new refrigerators that that have the 5-pin connector in the freezer. Some of them have actually. Let me put it this way: they're coming with kits that have the wrong harness in it, but it's really not the right kit. I just got an email from somebody that he got the new refrigerator, and it was recommended for his refrigerator that he gets. E is in Echo, C is in Charlie, K is in Kitchen, M is in Mary, F is in Frank, E is in Edward, Z is in Zebra 2, ECKMFEZ2 ice maker kit. That's the wrong ice maker for the new refrigerator with a 5-pin connector mounted in the back wall. It's mounted in the back wall. It's not hanging by the wires like the other models are. It's actually mounted to the panel in the back wall. The issue is that for the average person looking at these model numbers, you're not looking at it correctly. You're missing something, and I'm talking to somebody right now, which prompted this video. You're missing something really important, and that's the last number of the model number. And it's not always right there at the end of the model number. Sometimes it's over to the right a little bit. But it's called a revision number. And it's actually two numbers. It's 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. And this new ice maker is not the 0, 1. The 0, 1 is that ECK MFEZ2 ice maker. That's for the 01 revision model of refrigerator. That's not the brand new 02 revision model number, okay, with the 02 at the end. And it says in my ad, and I put a lot of verbiage in there for a reason. To be clear to people, it's really important that every little thing makes a difference. So this brand new model, 02, has a different ice maker. That's the engineers. They're just brain dead. They got to change everything all the time. Millennials, they got to change everything. It's ridiculous. There's no reason for it, but they got to do it and put a signature on it. They changed it. So this is what the big problem is they didn't make the parts for it ahead of time, so they were available. So now everybody's, wanting an ice maker, and Best Buy, nobody has them. They're on back order, 8, 10 weeks, whatever, probably longer than that. And so people are trying to make other ice makers work. You can't do that, okay? Not unless you're us, the service techs. We know what we're doing. We could manufacture a new harness right out in the field. But the average person doesn't know how to do that and doesn't know if it's going to work if they do that. Or they don't know where to get the connectors. They don't know, that's why we have a job. And people are going on YouTube, oh, I don't need to pay him $100. This is simple. I can do it. They get paid too much. Well, here you go. Here you go. Okay, eat the words, because we are worth something. And I'm really tired of hearing all that garbage. It's on YouTube. I can do it. I can do it free. I'm going to pay $100 for a tech. He's ripping me off. Well, now you're screaming for our help. Okay, we are worth something. So I'm trying to help you out here. I'm not putting everybody down. I'm just making a fact that's true. Start giving us some respect for our years of experience. If there's something simple, we don't mind helping you out and not charging you. Okay? But here's an example right here where everybody's trying to make something work that just isn't going to work unless you're us. And we can change it and we can make it work because we can make a new plug when we're out there. Okay? So I'm going to help you try to resolve this. But first and foremost, you have to pay attention to every number and every letter in the model number. Okay? This refrigerator is WRT, as in Tom, WRT 311 F as in Frank, Z as in zebra, D as in David, B as in boy, 02. Okay? It's 02. The model before that is 01. And 01 has a different ice maker. And that's the ECK MFE, I said it earlier. That has a different plug on it that plugs into the freezer plug. What I'm doing right now is pulling this up and pulling up the 01. And when I pull up the 01, it comes up with the add-on ice maker kit as a 4-wire, 8-terminal plug. This 02 revision model number has a 5-pin 4-wire. 5-pin. It's 5 pins in a row. It's not 2 rows of 4. And that's what you're getting with the ECK ice maker kit is 2 rows of 4. It's 8 pins. But this is a single row. Here it is. It's got the lock on one side. This plugs into This plugs into the ice maker plug inside the freezer. Okay? This is the back side of the plug where the wires go in. But this is the plug. Okay? With the lock on the side. So, the 01 does not have, it's not a single row like this. It's not a single row. It's 2 rows. There's another row on top of this. There's 8 pins, but there's only 5 across, only 4 across. Ah, darn it. Anyways, there's 2 rows of 4. So, it's not going to work because it's got a double plug, 2-row plug in the freezer on the 01 model. The 01's at the end of the model number. WRT 311, F is in Frank, Z is in zebra, D is in dog, B is in boy, 01. That's the double plug. Okay, that's not the new refrigerator. The new one is the 02 at the end, not 01. I'm going to keep repeating this because people are just not getting it. It's on my ad, but I keep getting these questions. And it's like, can people read? I don't understand why you're not reading this. So, that's the really critical part about this. The ice maker that you're getting for the 02 model, revision model, is the brand new model of refrigerator. It's the single row of 5 pins. And it's 4 wires. One of those holes is empty. So there's only 4 wires, but there's 5 pinholes. They just, I don't know what, they couldn't get the right plug for it or something. I mean, this is the engineers. They're just not, like I said, they're brain dead. So it's a 5-pin connector with 1 hole empty. So it's 4 wires. It's white, brown, black, and green. Okay? White's your neutral, black's the power line, voltage. Brown is the wire that goes to the inlet valve. Powers up the inlet valve for the water to come in. And then green's ground. Okay? So it matters how those wires are configured as well. So you don't have the water valve powered up all the time. If you put the black on the water valve, it's just going to keep pumping water in there and flood your house. Okay, so don't mess around with these wires if you don't know what you're doing, because you're going to end up flooding your house. Okay, or not having any ice at all. Same with the condition you have right now with no ice maker. Or you could short it out, put it in the ground terminal, and you know, changing wires and trying to put a connector on it, and you end up shorting the whole ice maker out or the refrigerator. Okay, so this is why we have a job, technicians, because we know this. We know what we're doing out here. Okay, for the most part, not all of them do. Anyway, so no, this ECK is not the right ice maker. Now it comes up under a different part number as well. And I don't care for this website, except people go here because they can return parts whenever they want. And it's just ridiculous they allow this, because you can short out parts and then they go and stock them back and sell it to somebody else, and then it doesn't even work. But it's a repair clinic. But they do have more part numbers on here and reference of old part numbers and stuff. That's why I'm going here right now. And the part number that ECKMF goes to is another part number, which is WPW 107-15709. That's the wrong ice maker. That's for the 01 revision refrigerator, the older one, not the brand new refrigerator that has the 5-pin connector. So the guy that I'm talking to right now is bringing this up, that it's got 2 rows, and he's thinking that my harness, because I'm making the harnesses now for the 5-pin to ice maker for the brand new refrigerators, the 02. I'm making the harnesses and selling them, as you can see from my ad, or you wouldn't be seeing this probably. Okay, so it says right on the description, add-on ice maker kit. Ice maker has 4, this is the wrong ice maker for the 01. Ice maker has 4-wire, 8-terminal plug for freezer connection, 8-terminal. It's the double plug with four on each row. That's the wrong plug, unless you have the 01 refrigerator, the WRT311 FZDB01. Okay? Then you have this other ice maker with the 8-terminal plug. Okay? But if you have the 02 at the end of your model number, this isn't going to work. And neither is that ECK, the one that this guy was, ECK MFEZ2. That actually changes to the part number I just told you, WPW 107157019. It's the wrong one. It has the 8 terminals. So both of those have 8 terminals because it's a replacement for each other. Okay, so then it tells you to go to 4-wire flat terminal. Okay, well, you're like hopeful. It's 4-wire. It's the flat terminal like he showed on the video. It's not the right ice maker. It's still not the right ice maker. Okay, this ice maker, if you click on it and go down on Repair Clinic's site here, it's the first one was $141. This one's $94.67. You're like, oh, good, it's even cheaper. Refrigerator add-on ice maker kit for 4-wire flat connector and harness for freezer. But this isn't the right connector. If you look at the pictures that go along with it, it shows you there's a one of these that actually revolves, and you can look at it, and it turns, and it shows you the end of the connector with the pins inside. It's an open connector. It's not like the one I showed you. It's got pins sticking out inside. It's for a different connector, and it's only a 4-pin connector. It's not a 5-pin connector. Then again, it's the wrong part. WPW 107157008. Wrong ice maker for the 02. And if you go down here, it shows this is for refrigerator WRT 311 FZDB01. Wrong refrigerator. Okay, guys, girls? You got to listen to those last and watch those last 2 numbers in the model number, the revision, because the 02 is the brand new one. And the problem you're going to have, here's the Whirlpool's problem also. Even technicians can't get the lookup for the 02 yet. It's not available unless you're a Whirlpool employee. They've not made it available for any parts companies' lookups. So when you go to look for this, you're only going to find the 01 model. You're not going to find the 02 because it's not manufactured yet. They haven't printed out these parts guides for the 02. It's so brand new. Okay, this is typical. It's very common on a brand new model. It usually takes maybe 6 months, a year, even longer sometimes to get the lookups for it, even for the parts houses. Okay. So when you go looking up on Repair Clinic doesn't have the 02. It doesn't show it yet. And every other part's out. Reliable Parts, Marcone, anybody, they don't have the lookup yet. So here's part of the problem as well. This is why everybody's scattering everywhere trying to look. You're not going to find it on eBay. You're not going to find a technician on eBay that has it. Okay, Amazon, nobody has it. Whirlpool has not distributed it yet. Okay, get it clear. The parts lookup for the 02 has not been distributed yet from Whirlpool. Doesn't matter whether it says KitchenAid on it or whatever brand, estate, it's still made by Whirlpool. Okay, Whirlpool owns Maytag, Genair. They own almost all the brands anymore. Okay, KitchenAid, Roper, they own all of them. So it doesn't matter if the model number is the same, and it's going to be a different model number on different brands, okay? Because WRT is a Whirlpool preface number for a model number. It's not going to be on a KitchenAid WRT. WRT311FZDB02. That's the model we're talking about with the 5-pin connector in the freezer that nobody can find the ice maker because it's on back order and they can't find the harness. But I am making the harness now for those that do have the ice maker. And they got the wrong harness. And that's the other thing they're doing is put the wrong harness in the ice maker. So I don't know why they're doing it. Don't ask me. I don't work for Whirlpool anymore. I gave that up. Went out on my own 38 years ago. So anyways, what you need to do is just accept if your model number says 02 at the end and it's WRT 311 Frank Zebra David Boy 02, then it's the 5-pin connector that I showed you in the beginning of the video. And you can see it in the freezer. It's got 5 pins and it's straight in line. There's not 2 rows, there's just 1 row. And one of the pins is empty. One of the sockets is empty. There's no pin in it. So it makes it only a 4-wire, even though that's a 5-pin connector, because there's only 4 pins in it. So only 4 wires in that plug harness from the ice maker are going to make contact inside that plug, even though there's 5 sockets. Okay? Like I said, white, black, brown, green. Okay, so somebody asked me and they got really agitated. Can I put a different ice maker in there? As long as it's a Whirlpool and it's a modular Whirlpool ice maker, can I put a different ice maker in there? And my answer was yes and no. Here we go back to being a technician. Okay? Because the average customer is not going to be able to do us. And I explained to him, the wire bail is probably going to be different, so it doesn't go down far enough. Every wire bail is longer or shorter, depending on the application of the refrigerator that they're putting it in to shut the ice off. It's different. They're not all the same, that wire arm. Okay, they're longer, they go down farther, or they don't go as far down. So the wire arm can be moved from ice maker to ice maker. The other thing is the water cup in the back that receives the water from the fill tube through the wall, or the back wall, or the side wall. Is that water cup, does it have the hole in the right place? If not, technician will make it work. But if we try to walk you through this, you're going to go, well, that's not the way it's supposed to be. That's where we stop, because we just make it work. It's called get her done, okay? With no consequences. So we're not going to go through that with you. There's a correct ice maker, and you have to wait because it's on back order. So that's the answer, yes and no, because it's just going to be, well, it should be. No, it shouldn't be. It's for a different model. Okay, so this is the problem. It's not that we don't want to help you. It's that we understand people's mechanical abilities are different, and if it's just not exactly the way it's supposed to be, people freak out. Well, technicians don't. We just resolve it. Okay? That's what we get paid for. To make you happy so you have ice. And we don't make a big deal about something not being the same. But with eBay, if something's not the same, people complain, oh, it's not the exact thing, and I want my money back. And then they try to keep the ice maker and not even return it. Oh yeah, I get that happen all the time. Okay, so I'm not playing that game either. That's where the answer is no. When I get somebody like that, and I know them right off the bat, no, it does not work. You have to use the exact one. But if everybody was a little bit more open and didn't try to rip us off and say we misrepresented it, okay, that's why I'm doing this video, because it's gotten so bad that, I mean, I get it occasionally, it's a lot of work to deal with eBay to get these people charged with fraud. and banned from eBay because they're trying to rip us off out here. Well, all we're trying to do is help you. But you just want yes for an answer and it's going to solve it because you're frustrated. It's not the way it works, people. Okay? Maybe you should call a technician and let him solve the issue. But you don't want to. We charge too much. But then you're begging us for help. Free help, which is amazing. And I mean, we even get, you know, I spend a lot of time with people. They don't even offer me anything. They just expect it anymore. That we're supposed to just give them free help. We actually work for a living too. So I don't understand why we're supposed to give you free help. If you don't know how to do it, you call a technician. You don't know how to fix your car, you call a technician. That's what they get paid for. When we need something that you do for a living, you're not going to give us free help. I'll guarantee that. Because the people that do that never offer free help to anybody else. Nope. But they want free help from everybody. Okay? We don't mind helping you. But don't take advantage, okay? We're out here trying to make a living and pay our bills as well. And that's why I'm doing this video, because I do want to help people. But I'm tired of the taking advantage as well and then turning it around on us. This applies only to the WRT 311 Frank Zebra David Boy 02 model refrigerator. And the ice maker is, if you see there, that's the model. See the 02 at the end? Okay? You can't mistake it. There's a 02 at the end. Those lookups aren't available yet. So we get down here. There's a picture of the double plug, the wrong one. See that? There's 8 terminals. That's the wrong ice maker. That's the 01 ice maker. That ice maker that comes with that plug will not work. Okay? It has to be the single plug. That right there is the right part number for the right ice maker. That was a customer texting me, and they were right. That is the right ice maker. And that is the right plug in the refrigerator. 5 pins. The 4th position is open. Down at the bottom, the 4th, 1 starts at the top, 1, 2, 3. 4 is open, there's no pin, and 5 has a pin. That's the connector in the new 02 revision refrigerator. Okay? That goes to that ice maker. Right there. That's the only ice maker that works with that 5 pin. Okay? Now, like I said, if a technician can take almost any modular ice maker and make it work. But we're not going to help you do that. Okay? There's too many things and too many dangers. For one, the fill valve overflowing and flooding your house. So we're not going to do that. You need to wait for the proper ice maker. And if for some reason they put the wrong plug, that double one I just showed you, in with that new ice maker, then you're going to need the plug that I'm now manufacturing with the single pin. Okay? I don't know why they're not putting them in there in the new ones. Maybe they're going to do it with this. Maybe that was the screw up. And maybe that's the delay also. They were putting the wrong plugs in there, the wrong harnesses. And so they had to redo everything. I wouldn't be surprised with Whirlpool. But it's all about being the right model for start. WRT 311 FZDB02. And then the right ice maker. W1151 7113. Okay? That's the right harness. That's the right ice maker for the 5-pin with the 02 at the end of the model number. They're on back order. Okay? So I don't want to keep going on about this. And I apologize if you got a little bit of a slight attitude. It's because we've worked 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, and we're good at what we do, a lot of us. And then when we get minimized to, we're not worth anything except free advice, and you got to help me do this. You gotta. It's like, wow. And a lot of techs won't even answer you. I am, because I want to help, but let's get some more respect out here that we actually know something out here, okay? Because we do. And we would be much apt to help more if people would treat us that way. Okay, so enough of that. Do not buy my harness. There's no refunds. If you don't read all the messages on all the pictures, click on the pictures, make the pictures bigger. There's several pictures in there, and they have a lot of reading. They're instructions. They're what it has to be for it to be that harness. Read everything before you buy it. I'm not refunding it if you're stupid. Okay? I'm not going to do it. You can sell it on eBay to somebody else. If you can't read the messages, whatever. I took a lot of time to make sure that this was very clear to everybody, and there was no question. It has to be this model. It has to be this ice maker. It has to be this. But I'm getting questions left and right. Will it work with this? Will it work with that? Read the messages. They're very clear. If it's not that model and it's not that ice maker, it doesn't work. It's that simple. Okay? I know you want to resolve your ice maker problem, but maybe you should just go buy some ice trays, because you don't want to pay a technician to do it. So next best thing is to just buy a couple $1 at the dollar store ice trays. That'll solve your problem free, almost free. Okay? And you'll get ice. And I'm actually not even joking or being sarcastic. If you're that cheap, go buy ice trays. Okay? And read the instructions. I've got instructions and description, not only on the pictures, but down below in the ad, instructions also. Has to be this ice maker, have whatever. This has to be this model number. Please read them. I don't mind questions, but don't go on and about something that just is an obvious it's not going to work. How do I make it work? I'm not going to answer you. I'm going to just tell you you can't. Don't buy the part. Go find the right harness for your ice maker. Okay? So, this has been entirely too long, but it's unfortunate that we have to repeat everything over and over and over with these kind of people, because they just won't take no for an answer. It's just amazing. You know, with that much grief, I could get married again. So, please read the messages. Don't buy it if it's the wrong one, and it tells you right in the description and on the pictures if your refrigerator is the right one or the wrong one. And if it's the wrong one, don't buy the harness, because I'm not returning them. Not refunding them. You can sell it on eBay. You've been warned, and you're warned in the ad as well. I don't have time for that nonsense. People that can't read. Are you kidding? Wow. All right, so I'm sorry I kind of just took a downward kind of a mood here, but this guy just won't leave me alone about this, making it work, and that's what's prompted this video. So there's a lot of good customers as well. I helped somebody a couple weeks ago. He had 5 technicians to his house, and he got a hold of me, and I was able to fix what they were unable to do. 5 technicians said couldn't be done. I was able to fix, and it happened to be an ice maker. I work on everything, but it happened to be an ice maker as well, and I helped him fix it because I'm not there by Zoom. And he fixed it, and I never asked him for any money or anything, but he sent me $100. Those are the kind of customers that we like, you know? They show you appreciation for the time that you spend helping them fix something nobody else can do. That's the people we like. It didn't have to be $100, but you could at least offer something, you know, for all of our time. Stop being so self-absorbed. Too many people are that way anymore. You know, we got bills to pay too. So anyways, show us some appreciation. I always say even thank you is, you don't even get that sometimes. Even thank you is more than, sometimes almost better than money, because people don't even know how to say thank you. They just expect it. That's the world that we've turned into with YouTube and everything. Everybody can do everything themselves. Well, apparently not. Okay. So, take care. I have no problems. Message me if you have something you question about. Please make sure it's an educated question and read all the messages that I put on there first before you contact me. Okay. And that's about it. So once again, my name is Mike Riley. And if you need some help, let me know. Otherwise, if it's the wrong model, don't buy the part. Okay? All right. Take care. Thank you.